Queen of the stitch, my girl Dana Day.
Hello there, my crafty knitters. Welcome back to the Knitted Oaks channel. Today is episode 3 of my quick knit tip series. Today's quick knit tip is when you're following a pattern that was written to be done on straight needles and you're following this pattern on circulars or double pointed needles, every purl row is really a knit row. Let me explain. I knit hats personally on circulars, double pointed needles, or both. That's just my personal preference. Even if the pattern is written out to be done on straights, I still start my project in the round. But yes, some hat patterns are meant to be written to be done on straight needles. I'll give you a fine example. A couple of videos back, I did a review on this book called Love to Knit, and I'll post a link to it in the bottom in the description bar. In that book, there's a hat that I talk about called the Embellished Beret. That pattern was written to be done on straight needles. Sometimes the pattern will tell you up front in the materials section where it gives you, the type of yarn you should use and the gauge you should use. It also tells you the needle and the needle size you should use. So sometimes it'll say double pointed needle size 9 or straight size 9 or 10. Or at the bottom of your project, as the Embellished Beret does, it'll tell you to sew the hat together to make it in the round. But for me, when I first did that pattern, I read it as, oh, it's a hat, so it must be done in the round, not really paying attention to what the end of the result, just to show you what a rookie I was. There's a lot I just didn't know. So I went ahead and I knit every knit row and I purled when it told me to purl. Now, it came out very awkward and I realized it doesn't look like the picture that was right next to the pattern. In the picture, it looked like every row was knitted. So I decided, let me try it again and just knit every row, because again, I was knitting on circular needles. So if you're doing it on circular needles, obviously you're not turning your work around as you would on straight needles. Straight needles, you knit one row, you turn it around and you knit the next row or you purl the next row. And to get that effect where it's all knitted on one side and purled on the other side, you gotta knit every alternate row and purl every alternate row. So it goes knit, purl on straights. But if you're doing it on circulars or double pointed needles, your work is already in the round. So when you knit, you're going around and you're already rising to the top. There's no need for you to turn your work when you're doing your work in the round. So obviously every knit row is a knit row, and every purl row in a pattern that's meant to be with straights, if you're doing it on circular needles or double pointed needles, remember to knit every purl row. And then your work will continue to look like it would if it was on straights. So that's my knit tip for you this week. Stay blessed, and remember, knitting is sexy. Thanks for watching. Bye. Crafty knitters, welcome back to the Knitted Oaks channel. And this is episode 2